Hi there, welcome to your learning channel. We already learned 5 units of this basic grammar in use from Cambridge. Now we have here unit 6. I don't. Simple present negative. We learn negative sentences in present simple tense. So let's see here. She asks as coffee? No, thanks. I don't drink coffee. Negative is don't or doesn't plus verb. Coffee? No, thanks. I don't drink coffee. I don't like my job. I don't like my job. He doesn't like his job. She doesn't drink coffee. Don't or doesn't. These are the negatives of this present simple tense. Here we have more examples. Example table here. These are affirmative. I work, we work, you do, they have. Now here we have I don't work, I don't like, I don't do, I don't have, we don't work, you don't work, you don't like, they don't like, they don't have, you don't have. These are negatives. And here he works, she likes, she does, it has, it does, she has, he does. And with these subjects we have negatives. He doesn't, she doesn't, it doesn't. Then you'll have to put here at the end of the sentence here these common verbs here: work, like, do, have. Here we have more example sentences in present simple tense. How to make negative sentences. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. I drink coffee, but I don't drink tea. Sue drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee. Notice here don't and doesn't. You don't work very hard. We don't watch TV very often. The weather is usually nice. It doesn't rain very often. Matt and Nicole don't know many people. You have to remember here I, we, you, they. When you start with these subjects pronouns, you'll have to use don't or any plural subjects when there are two subjects or more than two, more than one. He, it, these are singulars. So you'll have to use doesn't. I don't like football. He doesn't like football. Here you have examples. I don't like Josh and Josh doesn't like me. I don't. Doesn't. Josh doesn't. I don't. My car doesn't use much gas. My car doesn't use much gas. Sometimes he is late, but it doesn't happen very often. Here we have other remaining example sentences. I don't like to wash the car. I don't like to wash the car. I don't do it very often. Sarah speaks Spanish, but she doesn't speak Italian. Bill doesn't do his job very well. Maria doesn't usually have breakfast. We have learned this explanations and example sentences of present simple tense, how to make negative sentences. So now we have here, I have already solved this exercise here, how to make negatives. Write the negative. Okay, here you are. Now, I play the piano very well. I don't play the piano very well. Anna plays the piano very well. Anna doesn't play the piano very well. They know my phone number. They don't know my phone number. We work very hard. We don't work very hard. Mike has a car. Mike doesn't have a car. You do the same thing every day. You don't do the same thing every day. Here we'll make sentences with like. Do you like classical music, boxing, horror movies? Bill and Rose, yes, no, yes. Carol, no, yes, no, you. Now here we have written these exercises. Bill and Rose like classical music. Carol doesn't like classical music. I don't like classical music. Bill and Rose don't like boxing. Carol likes boxing. I like boxing. Bill and Rose like horror movies. Carol doesn't like horror movies. I like horror movies. Here we have other exercises with negatives with a lot, very often, never. Go to the theater. I never go to the theater. These are also type of negative sentences with never. I never go to the theater. Ride a bike. I don't ride a bike very often. Eat in restaurants. I never eat in restaurants. Travel by train. I travel by train a lot. A lot. I travel by train a lot. Here we have other solved exercises. I have used these verbs in these sentence situations. Cost, go, no, rain, see, use, where. The weather, here is example sentence already solved. The weather here is usually nice. It doesn't rain a lot. It doesn't rain a lot. Andy has a car, but he doesn't use it very often. Doesn't use. Dan and his friends like movies, but they don't go to the movies very often. Amanda is married, but she doesn't wear a ring. I don't know much about politics. I'm not interested in it. The Regent Hotel isn't expensive. It doesn't cost much to stay there. Devil lives near us, but we don't see him very often because here is we, so that's why we use here don't, not doesn't. We is plural, okay? So we have here last section of this exercise here. Put the verb into the correct form, affirmative or negative. Lauren speaks 4 languages: English, Korean, Arabic, and Spanish. I don't like my job. It's very boring. It's very boring. I don't like my job. It's very boring. Like, okay, we'll here use. Where is David? I'm sorry. I don't know. Where is David? I'm sorry. I don't know. We have used here no. The verb no. Sue is a very quiet person. She doesn't talk very much. She doesn't talk very much. Andy drinks a lot of coffee. It's his favorite drink. That's not true. I don't believe it. That's not true. I don't believe it. That's a very beautiful picture. I like it a lot. That's a very beautiful picture. I like it a lot. John is a vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat. John is a vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat. We have learned here the use of doesn't and don't. Remember one thing, when you use with plural subjects more than one subject starting with starting sentence, so you should use don't. When you have it, he, she, it are one subject in the beginning of the sentence, so you'll have to start with doesn't. You'll have to know the difference between don't and doesn't, which fit together with the starting subject of the sentence. I hope you have learned this unit number 6 of this basic grammar. You have learned all these explanations and example sentences we have learned here together, and then I have solved these exercises for you so you can better understand how to make present simple tense negative sentences. Okay, thank you. Talk soon.